So as some of you may have known, I've just moved into my new shop and it's going really well, except this is my miter saw stand. This is actually one of my very first projects that I made, and it's a little kitchen island from the house I used to rent. And for a kitchen island, it did pretty good, but a miter saw stand, it's not cutting it.
That's a pun.
Got it.
Yep.
So to go with the new shop, we're gonna build a huge miter saw stand, one that's actually gonna help me make decent cuts, and I'm gonna make this thing look sick, like cool, not like a disease or something. One of my issues is I have a sliding miter saw. Come on. Ugh. It's also a Harbor Freight, so not the best quality. I'm building this table for this miter saw, which I will probably upgrade in the future. Luckily, they're all pretty much the same size, so if I build a table for this one, it should fit an upgraded one. But because this thing slides, I gotta make this table with a lot of width to it. So if I can extend this thing out to at least 30 inches, that's gonna give me plenty of space to put my wood to where it's not gonna rot. So we got our width. I'm gonna make this thing 8 feet long. Now we just need the height, which I do like the height of this already. So let's just go ahead and copy it. 34 inches. So remember that because I'm not drawing it out.
Write that shit down.
I'm just kidding. I wouldn't do that to you guys. So I drew it on this board. There you guys go. Free set of plans. Drunk Carpenter certified. But we're going to start with our 2x4 framing. And we're just going to start with 2 identical ones. That's going to be the outer edge of our table. But for that, we need some 2x4s. And a lot of them. And we got 2x4s. I mean, there's more over there, I promise. Stamp saw. And that's why you need a table so your boards don't go flying like that. The irony of building a chop saw table with your chop saw and not having the table. So we got all of our outer boxes done now, or outer framing, or whatever you want to call it, but it's this part of the master plan. But now we just got to turn these boxes into like 3-dimensional boxes. I'm not good at explaining this.
I have no idea what's going on.
Well, just watch. We're going to give it some width. So just like the plan says, we're going to give this a depth of about 30 inches. I was going to draw this up on CAD and make this available for you guys just for $1 or $2. But let's be honest, anyone worth their salt can easily watch the video and see how this is built and what you need to do. I mean, let's be honest, this isn't a very hard project. It just really helps pay for materials so I can keep building some fun stuff on this channel. But if you're thinking about helping out, I do have some merch for sale. That way you can actually get something for your money. Use them in your shop, use them around town. Hey, you can use them as a dust rag for all I care. But I set it up with high quality material. You're going to really like the fit on these shirts. And hey, I think the designs I made are pretty cool too. You can find them on my YouTube shop or they're listed just below this video. Now where's that box of screws? Huh. Well, at least I found a beer. That's one done. Pretty solid. All right, we just gotta do the other one. Hey, that was easy. So we got our 2 tables put together on our plan. Now all we gotta do is connect them. And that means getting rid of this old girl.
I'm gonna miss you.
But into the fire pit you go. Holy crap, I forgot how heavy this thing was. And now that we got our 2 tables, all we gotta do is cut some 2-foot chunks to connect them. Ugh, I can't believe I'm back to doing this on the ground. At least I got beer. All right, bottom 2 get pocket holes. Let's throw these things in. So per the master plan, the top are gonna be 3.5 inches lower. That way setting the board on top of the table is gonna have it sit flush on top of the miter saw. All right, we're getting somewhere. So we got all the framing done of our master plan. And it's looking pretty good. And now it's time to put our top on. Now we could do a plywood or MDF top. I wouldn't really recommend that. When we put our boards on top that we want to cut, we want a nice, smooth, even surface. But plywood's gonna grip that surface of the board and it's gonna be a little bit harder to slide back and forth. So what I would recommend is doing a laminate sheet. And everyone does white. I don't know why. It's so boring. weathering.
That's lame.
I don't know if people don't know, but laminate comes in all different colors and styles. So I went with this redwood. I'm guessing a lot of people don't know, but you can buy laminate that's a wood style. I went with this really unique redwood. I think it's gonna look really cool, but they have all different styles all the way from black walnut to maple, pretty much any kind you want. But I was walking around the store and I found this and I thought it would be sweet. So let's throw it on top and get to cutting. Man, this is not light. Oh yeah. So I'm not just gonna slap this thing on top. I do not like these gross, nasty edges. So I measured it all up. I got my somewhat straight 2x4. I'm gonna be doing a 45-degree cut. So that way I have a bevel and I can put another piece on the side, and that's just gonna give it a nice clean look. The best way to do this is probably cut it straight and then do your bevel afterwards, but I got beers to drink. I ain't got time for that.
We came here to drink some beer.
So we're gonna just try and do this all in one go. I measured wrong. I measured way wrong. I'm glad I didn't cut that. And once that piece is cut, we can go ahead and figure out the other cuts that we're gonna have to do. I have some good ideas and some bad ones. That was not a good idea, but it worked. Whew, that was not easy. So we got our top all fitted in. These 45s are all flush with the framing. Once I move them around, I guess. But something like this does not look great, which is why we did the 45s. You can see that this one I angled to the bottom and this one I angled to the top. We're gonna use the rest of that board, cut a slice out of it, make sure our 45s line up, and then put it in here. And just remember when you're doing this, be careful of those 45s. They're pretty sharp. Yeah, now we... I was gonna pull this out a little bit. Too late now. That sucks. If you want a table like mine, you're maybe wondering why I got the edge of this board over our framing. Bottom of our 45 is right in line with our framing, and that's because we're gonna put a piece on the front here, and it's gonna make it look really nice, trust me. I would like to do it on the front and the sides of this table, and out of the rest of this board, I happen to have 13 inches left. So that means this front part is gonna be about 6.5 inches thick, or long, or the width is gonna be 6.5 inches.
What are you talking about?
That way I got enough to do the front and the sides, and I don't gotta buy another sheet. And that would be pretty cool if I could do this all in one piece, but to make these cuts, whew, that'd be tough. So I'm just gonna do this in 3 different sections. You're gonna end up seeing some seams here, but I think I'll be able to piece it together a lot easier using 3 pieces instead of just 1, to where our gaps are gonna be a lot more hidden than if it was just one big sheet. So I'm just gonna cut my last section in half. Since these are smaller and more manageable pieces, I can do it all on the table saw, and I'm just gonna piece this thing together. And what's a chop saw stand without some shelves on the bottom? I found this plywood on the side of the road, and yeah, it did have a lot of weathering and it didn't look great. All right, that's not gonna work. Which way do I gotta put it in? Never find a tape measure. I'm just gonna go for it, hopefully I'm not wrong. Okay, so we got the stand pretty much completed, but it looks kind of lame, right? So I think I'm gonna do something I'm gonna regret doing. And that is staining this entire thing red, which is part of the reason why I'm staining this whole thing. I'm hoping I can sand that weathering off and make it look a little bit better at least. So for this, I'm gonna match the top with a cherry stain and just cross my fingers that this turns out all right. And fun fact, I've never actually stained something that I've had to crawl inside. But here it is, half stained, half the original color. I would love to know what you guys think if I made a huge mistake doing this. So here it is all finished up. And yeah, not the most fancy thing. I could have made something crazy, but hey, I got this done for just 40 bucks. And I'm pretty happy with it for that price. And let me tell you, this is gonna make all those cuts so much safer. Because as you can tell, I'm not always the safest. But please let me know what you think about it. What would you have added to your chop saw stand? And this color, I'm still not convinced if I like it or not. So please let me know. Grab yourself an awesome hoodie. And remember, grab a beer and build something.